any child his 9-year-old son. Police in Alabama, Carl's state of
Chat, listen. People like Carl gotta go, man. We got the criminally accused Redditors. Reddit's most wanted. Let's get
Reddit has long had the reputation of being this sort of Weenie Hut Jr. variant.
We're gonna watch
of
Corey's
4chan.
kindergarten
The
video.
site's community styling itself as helpful instead of mischievous, with many instances of kind-hearted Redditors coming together to make positive change in the world. That being said, though, Reddit's internet do-gooder reputation hasn't stopped would-be criminals from infiltrating its...
So Reddit was meant to do good for the community. They Batman for real. I didn't even know that. Like, all the stuff I heard about Reddit, like, because I never really used Reddit like that. I always heard like the bad things, but if they was out here doing the good things, shout out to Reddit, you know what I'm saying?
Ranks. From a man allegedly confessing to killing his ex-girlfriend, to an internet troll inciting jihadi violence online, to a beloved Redditor turned child predator, these are the criminally accused Redditors.
Turn EDP? Hey, listen, link in the description. Y'all go ahead, shout out my boy, you know what I'm saying? Carl Harold.
In Reddit's early days, we're talking like 05, 06, 07, the small size of its community made it possible for prolific posters to become pseudo-internet celebrities.
Babe, please stop. Hold up.
He made it possible for prolific posters to become pseudo...
Babe, please stop. You're not a niche internet micro-celebrity. 1,000+ upvotes. Hey, that's how I go though, no cap.
Internet celebrities. One such early Redditor to achieve this status was a computer programmer known on the boards as Carl H. Carl rose to prominence thanks to his helpful computer programming guides that he shared freely to his subreddit, and the man would build a glowing reputation for himself on the site.
Hello and welcome to Computer Science for Everyone. My name is Carl Harold, and I've been a professional programmer for over 15 years.
However, eventually disturbing secrets regarding the man would be leaked onto the internet, not only resulting in Carl getting ousted from the Reddit community, but resulting in the computer programmer
sodomy, sexual assault of a Yo, Carl, you're done.
For spending the remainder of his days behind bars. This is the story of Carl H.
The remainder of his days, he got
Harold's publicly traceable online activity begins all the way back in 2006 with the creation of his Carl H Reddit account. His first post of the site involved him sharing a Legend of Zelda piano cover that he had found on YouTube. The date of that share almost 16 years ago, November 9th of 2006. But the sharing of piano videos wouldn't be the catalyst for Carl H's Reddit fame. It was the kindness and compassion that he showed to his fellow Redditors that did that. A professional computer programmer by trade, Carl was known to give free advice to any and all Redditors interested in the field, from helping college students to aspiring game developers and just to help your average enthusiast get a grasp on programming. On his subreddit, Carl H Programming, the man would post entire guides for free, hundreds of them in fact.
Well, hold up, let me stop saying W-Man because clearly we see what he's about to do. I take all of that back.
And Carl maintained a website and YouTube channel which hosted video versions of these lessons as well, all open to the public. According to Carl's Reddit About Me section, the man was completely self-taught and had successfully written games and applications for operating systems dating back to Windows DOS. It seemed like Carl posted these guides to make it easier for aspiring web developers or programmers to take the self-taught path just like he did.
In this lesson, which is lesson 7.2, the connection between function return values and variables, I am going to be explaining to you one of the most important principles used in programming.
This is why I could not do this.
And aside from his academic generosity, Carl H was also made famous by a very notable interaction on Reddit. An interaction that some say stopped a Redditor from committing suicide. Yeah, like the guy would go out of his way and really check on people and make sure they were okay whenever someone would post something distressing to the subreddits. As a result of his compassion for the community, Carl was eventually given the prestigious honor of being dubbed Redditor of the Day on July 26, 2012.
Why say
the thread celebrating him is still available and is filled with comments from Redditors around the time praising the character of this man. I'm a beginner that has struggled before with programming and felt really discouraged that I could never create anything. I just just wanted to say that your emphasis on letting me know as a beginner that there are tons of resources out there that can do a lot of the work for me is both very encouraging and shows that you understand well the beginner's point of view. Thanks. By the beginning of 2013, Carl H. had become immensely popular on Reddit and on the internet in general. Numbers associated with his social media accounts from the time are proof of this. His YouTube channel had reached 30,000 subscribers, and some videos are still being viewed today. One of his YouTube videos got upwards of 900,000 views. And in the context of the man's fame simply originating from helpful Reddit posts, those are impressive numbers to just be stemmed off of that. But as you might imagine, Carl H's inclusion in this video means that things didn't remain positive forever, which of course brings us to the disappearance of Carl H. In November of 2013, after close to 7 years of near constant Reddit activity, Carl H suddenly stopped posting, and the man disappeared not only from Reddit but the internet entirely. Carl posted almost daily to Reddit, and his sudden drop in activity was almost immediately noticed by his fans. And some would even report that he stopped showing up to scheduled classes that he had arranged with Redditors who were trying to learn programming. Many assumed something bad had happened to Carl. Was he sick? Did he get injured? Was he hospitalized?
Yo, so when I be like, yo, we're streaming every day, and then I'll be gone for 2 days, what y'all be thinking? What is Holla out here doing, man?
From a car accident or something like that, Redditors began feverishly Google searching Carl's name, perhaps to see if he had even passed away. Their searches yielded no obituaries, but what they did discover searching Carl's full name was an arrest report, and the charges that the man was facing were inhumane and disgusting to say the least. Redditors are accustomed to the occasional degenerate frequenting their site, but the allegations that Carl was facing were on a completely different level.
Yo, Master Mickey in a building, yes sir. I'm back, yes sir.
Carl Harold was accused of committing unspeakable acts of torture on a child.
Torture? Yo, man, pack this man up. What are y'all doing?
Not just any child, his 9-year-old son. Police in Alabama, Carl's state of
Chat, listen. People like Carl gotta go, man. He got to. If there's one person you're supposed to be able to trust in this world, all right, it should be the people who brought you into this world. And look, let's see what he was doing to his son, man.
Residents said Carl H. and another man, Charles Dunovet, held the child captive for months while sexually torturing him and created CP videos that were distributed through an online ring.
Hold on.
Torturing him and created CP videos that were distributed through an online ring.
He was out here doing... No. Yo, son. Carl!
These images were so gruesome that it's reported that some police officers got physically sick after discovering the evidence. Carl was apparently exposed after an anonymous tip was submitted to the FBI, who after reviewing the illicit content managed to trace its source to Carl H. and his co-conspirator. After being arrested, the two faced a litany of charges, including counts of sexual torture, sodomy, aggravated child abuse, exposing a person to an STD, and CP production and distribution. Additional reports further paint the man in a monstrous light,
he is
alleging
a
Carl
villain.
Also kept his son isolated from the outside world, having him never attend school or doctor appointments, essentially depraving the poor child of any life whatsoever. In lieu of these charges, Carl and his co-conspirators were jailed and held there by a $1 million bond.
Yo, who said, yo, listen, all right, son, you know what I'm saying? It's time to put Buzz Lightyear and Woody down. I'm not even gonna make a joke. I'm not even gonna make a joke right there. And I wasn't planning to make it. I just Carl is sick, man. Under the jail, he needs to go. As you might imagine,
Redditors were completely shocked by this new development. Replies shifted from "thank you for helping me understand coding" to "what the actual fuck is going on here?" I have just found a post about Carl H. here on Reddit. Something about being arrested in a CP sting. Is it true? If so, it is unlikely he'll be giving his programming lessons in the near future.
That boy's
and
getting
while
packed
this
up.
sounds bad, this could be an explanation for his unknown absence. The once helpful Redditor had been outed as a monster. It was very likely that Carl H. would be facing life in prison for his heinous crimes, but unfortunately, the man would never have to face true justice.
No, he did not do it. He did not harakiri himself. You don't get to do that, big Carl. Come to this courthouse. Let's talk about it. Have a word with you real quick, big fella.
As just days before the man was to be extradited to New York State to face federal charges, Carl Harold was found dead in his Clay County, Alabama jail cell, a suicide by hanging. The report would go viral on the internet, and while most obviously wanted the man to face trial and go to prison, many Redditors expressed happiness that the man was dead. Carl's partner, Charles Dunavant, was eventually sentenced to serve close to 56 years in prison, and will likely—
Yo, if he served 56 years, that boy Carl was about to get 35 life sentences. No.
never walk a free man again. A strange footnote to this story is that in 2017, Carl H.'s Reddit account actually began posting again. This now infamous thread was titled, "Hi, it's me from heaven." The poster writes, "I escaped from a morgue. Yes, this is Carl Harold. I escaped and currently am in Russia. Going to submit an AMA today for proof. I in fact did fake my suicide." While this was indeed the legitimate Carl H. account making these posts, it was later concluded that Carl's account had been hacked, and this was simply an anonymous troll attempting to get a rise out of a sensitive situation. The moral of this story is summarized well by a comment left on one of Carl H.'s last videos. "This man is proof that you can..."
Yo, Master Mickey. So I'm on top of the food chain now, huh, Holla? I suggest reacting to Corey Kenshin playing Ghost of Tsushima. Listen, I'm way ahead of you. I already did that whole reaction playthrough, big fella. It's on the channel, you know what I'm saying? W don't know.
Can never truly know someone from behind a computer screen.
Do y'all believe my man faked his death, though? Oh, nah, my man is back again with the 490. Come on. Listen, Master Mickey going crazy, no cap. Hold on, what is your profile pic is Mickey Mouse in a Sports Illustrated pose? Hey, yo.
There was a point in time where Joshua Ryan Goldberg was one of the most wanted men on the internet. A self-styled internet troll, racist, religious extremist, and cyber terrorist, this man, using Twitter, Reddit, and a network of online aliases, spread hate, bigotry, and misinformation across the internet. Joshua's online hate campaigns eventually evolved into real-world encouragements of violence, which would lead to this guy getting locked up.
Yo, son. Bring it in, you know what I'm saying? Bring it in. Oh, whoa. Wait, hey, what was that? You know what I'm saying? Hold up. Camera focus back. You know what I'm saying? Focus. Yo, son. Come on now. Yo, my camera won't focus no more. All right, hold up. Focus on my hand. There we go. Bruh. Hold on. Are we gonna focus? There we go. You know what I'm saying? A hug. Come on now. What are we talking about? No, hey, listen. Go ahead and put your lips to the screen real quick. Hold on. Yo, son, this is crazy in the middle of a reaction, but here we go. No. Oh yeah, that is the right one. Here we go. Yo, nah, son. Who is this? This man is wildin'. Hey, man.
In prison. This is the story of Josh Goldberg, aka
Panda, what you mean, what lips? Neither one, you know what I'm saying? Come on now.
P&88. Joshua Goldberg, 20 years old at the time of this story, could be described as a terminally online loser in the most strict sense of the phrase. The man lived with his parents in Orange Park, Florida, and was said to have spent close to 20 hours a day stirring up trouble on the internet. His online activity.
Y'all egoed him? Egoed me? Hold up. What are you talking about? You have not.
Dedicated almost entirely to trolling and spreading hatred. Josh had a network of sock accounts that he used to push destructive ideas.
Oh. Dang, I didn't even know. Bro, I went to sleep. Hold on. Then you message. Yeah, I was asleep last night.
Ideologies. His Twitter
I'ma hit
account,
you up after the
Australian
stream, though.
Witness, was dedicated to promoting ISIS and jihadi Islam. This account claimed to be an Islamic extremist from Australia and is notable for echoing extremist calls for a terrorist
I'll
attack
message you
to
after
take
this
place
video.
at a Texas convention center that was hosting a Draw Prophet Muhammad contest on May 3rd of
Mickey
2015.
Big Donos, appreciate
and
you, my
anybody
boy.
that's familiar with that old South Park episode knows the implications of drawing the Prophet Muhammad. On the day of the contest,
Yeah, I heard like in TV, like American TV, you're not allowed to put like any picture or something like that, bro.
two shooters thought to be jihadi terrorists actually attacked the event, resulting in a security guard getting shot and the two attackers being killed by police. In the wake of the shooting, Joshua on the Australian Witness account would praise those involved for their violent attempt at sabotaging the event. Quote, "This is a war that will be won through the power of social media. I support what our Mujahideen did in Texas, but I take no responsibility for it. Allah commanded them to attack, not me. May Allah reward the Garland Mujahideen with a seat right next to the Prophet." Joshua would use this Australian Witness account to call for jihadi bombings at a variety of locations worldwide, and also allegedly disseminated guides detailing how one could make improvised explosive devices on this account. Outside of his Twitter presence, Joshua maintained a plethora of Reddit sock accounts that he used to spread hateful ideologies. One such account was known as European 88. Taking a detour from his jihadi persona, European 88's posting activity was almost entirely dedicated to posting white supremacist propaganda. Under this account, Josh would frequently contribute to some of Reddit's most controversial subreddits, the most notorious of which was r/Coontown, a racist subreddit
Don't
that
excite
promoted
me?
violence
Hold on.
against black people.
Hey, look, I'm starting OnlyFans now, bro. I have to now. You know what I'm saying? I can't do no more light-skinned stuff in this video, because whoever came for criminally accused Redditors, they're about to see me, you know what I'm saying, puckering my lips, licking camera lenses. I don't think they came to see that. But after this video, though.
One controversial subreddit moderated by European 88 was the Eric Garner subreddit. The page intended to mock the at the time recent death of Garner, who had been killed after being detained by police for selling cigarettes on a street corner. Almost every single thread posted by European contained some sort of vulgarity or racial slur. Among other things, Josh was notable for promoting a subreddit known as the Philosophy of Rape, a subreddit that advocated for corrective sexual assault against, quote, whores
Damon,
and
thank you for the
feminazis.
sub.
Yeah, we're dealing with a real degenerate piece of shit here, a guy that's spreading hate and vitriol of the highest degree practically everywhere he went on the internet. It would only be a matter of time before the feds caught up to this guy. Due to the threats issued by the Australian Witness account, an investigation by the Australian Federal Police was opened. This investigation led to authorities discovering the true identity of the poster after Josh leaked identifying information about his true identity to an informant who was working for the feds. This informant was reportedly communicating with the Australian Witness account under the guise of them being a terrorist. According to FBI documents, Josh would reveal to this informant that he was seeking out potential agents to perpetrate a jihadi attack at a 9/11 memorial event in Kansas City, Missouri.
Why do people do sick things like this? Like, what possessed you in your head? Like, let me put my nasty, greasy, you know what I'm saying, unwashed fingers on this keyboard, and I'm about to get some people to do these crimes. It's a sick man's boy.
He even gave instructions to the informant on how to make bombs out of pressure cookers and ways to enhance an explosive's lethality. It goes without saying, after telling all of this to a federal informant, getting locked up was in his near future. On September 9th of 2015, Joshua Goldberg was arrested after his parents' home was raided by the FBI. After being arrested, the man displayed erratic behavior and had to go under a 30-day mental health evaluation to see if he was even able to stand trial. Psychologists eventually ruled
Does he look like somebody who washes his hands, though? Am I lying? Come on now. Man, coming up, bro, listen, I'm not even about to.
Goldberg mentally incompetent to stand trial, and he had to undergo professional psychiatric treatment for 4 months before facing a judge.
On at 5:30, a federal judge has unsealed the mental evaluation of the Orange Park man accused of sending bomb-making plans to an FBI informant.
According to this report, she noticed that he functioned poorly and had to be placed on suicide watch. She said he was guarded and evasive. He had mood swings during this evaluation, and she called his thought process remarkable for his grandiosity and paranoid delusions, including delusions of being persecuted.
Goldberg's lawyer later said that the man suffered from Asperger's and autism, and Josh was known to have a schizophrenia diagnosis on his record. Eventually, the man would be deemed competent to stand trial and
First of all, I just want to say this. All right, now, I know people got, you know what I'm saying, these things that happen with them real life. But last time I checked, that the Lady Liberty statue, right, got a blindfold on. She don't see none of that. All right, all she see is them threats. Okay, that's what we see. We ain't not worried about nothing else. I don't see none of that other stuff you trying to, you know what I'm saying, get off with. That's what I thought, though. You know what I'm saying?
On December 20th of 2017, Joshua Goldberg would plead guilty to attempted malicious damage and destruction by an explosive of a building.
Yes,
he was sentenced to serve 10 years in federal prison to be followed by a lifetime of supervised release.
Do y'all think 10 years was enough for that? I don't know. Maybe I don't know. He was cooking up. Like, I feel like that's like terroristic, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's on the books for like terroristic things, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I should stop saying that word before they demonetize my.
Few people realize is that one of the co-founders of Reddit actually was facing serious criminal charges at one point. Charges that led to the man's untimely death. Aaron Swartz was a computer programmer and entrepreneur responsible for the creation of many prominent websites of the 2000s. One such website being Reddit itself. Aaron helped develop some of Reddit's earliest features and was named a co-founder in 2005, joining Reddit's original two founders, Steve Huffman and Alexis Ohanian. In 2006, the trio would sell their Reddit creation to the Condé Nast Global Media Company, and Reddit's founding members would go their separate ways. After selling Reddit, Swartz would spend most of his time involving himself in progressive activism. In particular, he helped launch a progressive political think tank and also became a fellow at Harvard University's research lab on institutional corruption. Aaron also founded an online group known as Demand Progress, an organization notorious for its various campaigns against the Stop Online Piracy Act, with Aaron maintaining the stance that the internet should be an open place filled with content freely accessible whenever possible.
This bill would be a huge, potentially permanent loss. If we lost the ability to communicate with each other over the internet, it would be a change to the Bill of Rights, the freedoms guaranteed in our Constitution, the freedoms our country had been built on, would be suddenly deleted. New technology, instead of bringing us greater freedom, would have snuffed out fundamental rights we'd always taken for granted. And I realized that day that I couldn't let that happen.
And with mentioning Swartz's First Amendment views and his belief that internet information should be accessible to all, this serves as a good segue into the bizarre
one of the people who started Reddit is Serena Williams' husband. That's crazy.
Criminal charges that he would find himself facing. On January
would Drake say, Serena, your husband's a groupie?
6th of 2011, Aaron Swartz was arrested by Massachusetts Institute of Technology.
Hey, I'm sorry. I was joking. Please do not put me on the Reddit hit list. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that. It was just a song.
Technology police for breaking and entering charges after the man had allegedly hacked into the computer network of the school. After connecting a computer to the network, authorities say that the man illegally downloaded over 70 gigs of academic journals and research articles using MIT's privileged subscription to the JSTOR database.
What?
According to reports, during the time of the hack, PDF download requests were sent from an IP address associated with Aaron. Download requests were being sent at a rate of 100 per minute to the JSTOR website. The immense requests would slow the site's performance, prompting the alleged computer used by Aaron to get IP blocked. When this IP would be blocked, a new IP would pop up and take its place and continue the download, so on and so forth.
Nugget Master.
Swartz had allegedly gotten access to MIT's JSTOR by using a laptop connected to a networking switch in a controlled access wiring closet at the university. When MIT discovered where these JSTOR requests were coming from, they activated a corresponding video camera catching Swartz red-handed.
You won't? Come on now. All right, listen. We're about to go. Jeez. Listen, I lost my glass. Can't seem to find my glasses. Real Velma moment. Hold on. I'm going to rewind this so y'all can watch something as I walk away. That's not me. Thank you. There's no cap in my rap, bro.
I don't think I've ever heard of somebody getting busted for illegally downloading documents from JSTOR.
Got every cheat code, every map beat except that stupid last map. Cradle, Crane, whatever the freaking map is called. Listen. Yeah.
That's one for the books right there. After his arrest, Swartz was arraigned by the Cambridge District Court on 2 charges of breaking and entering with intent to commit a felony. He was then indicted by a grand jury on charges of wire fraud, computer fraud, unlawfully obtaining information from a protected computer, and recklessly damaging a protected computer. The feds eventually got involved as well. On September 12th of 2012, federal prosecutors filed to even add more charges, which increased Swartz's potential prison sentence to 50 years, and millions of dollars of fines were on the table.
Hold on. Hold up. Okay, yes, he stole information. Facts. Okay? 50 years, $1 million. Fine. Old buddy was trying to blow up a fire department in the last one. They gave this man 10 years. I mean, he do got lifetime supervised visits, though.
During this case, some of the prosecutors involved were actively criticized by their peers for essentially throwing the book at this guy. And there was a lot of outrage online with people saying that, the crime didn't fit the punishment here. He was like universally beloved by online figures for this. I mean, let's be real, guys. 50 years for allegedly hacking into JSTOR for some freaking academic papers or whatever this guy was using this stuff for, it just seems kind of ridiculous, don't you think? Swartz would be offered a plea deal, but decided to decline this deal, opting instead to go for a trial, perhaps thinking it was possible to beat the seemingly ludicrous charges that prosecutors were levying against him. However, it seems as though Swartz's confidence on the matter would be short-lived, as the man would never get to see the outcome of his trial.
Look at that. Y'all see this? That's blind. All right, listen, we not trying to see none of that stuff you talking about, big fella.
On January 11th of 2013, Aaron Swartz was found dead in his apartment building. He had hung himself. There was no...
Yo, why do y'all be doing crimes and running away from it? Come on, listen, don't run now. You could have thought of that before.
Suicide note found. In regard to the cause of why he decided to take this course of action, his then girlfriend shared the following information with the New Yorker. He could not deal with people talking about him. It's taken me some time since he died to get used to talking about.
So y'all be out here doing crimes, and the thing that you're like, yo, the one thing I cannot deal with is people talking about me.
Him because I was under such strict instructions not to, but he fucked up something really major. He made a really dumb, bad decision.
Brooke, Aaron allegedly...
Bro, listen, my man rage quit it, all right? My man got down to the boss, had no more potions, was on 1 HP, boss still on full maximum health, and he said, you know what? I'm not getting out of this one. Alt, Control, Delete, in task. Now my boy is back in the lobby trying to get another play. Listen, there's nothing funny about those types of things, okay? Let's get back to this video.
Downloaded millions of academic journals from MIT.
You say he was killed? But it said suicide, though. Superside. Unalived.
MIT's network. He believed that academic research shouldn't be hidden behind a paywall, and his father said he believed he was innocent.
See, here's the thing about that, though. The more I learn in life, you can't give everybody all the information. One, because a lot of people don't know how to interpret the information, right? And if you don't know how to interpret information, that's going to cause a leak of misinformation, right? So it's like you gotta earn your way to certain knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're willing to earn your way to that knowledge, you have a better chance of doing the right thing with that knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Into his apartment, went through all of his personal effects. After he surrendered voluntarily, they arrested him, they strip searched him, and they left him in solitary confinement for hours. And after he met his bond, they kept him in solitary confinement for 3 or 4 hours with absolutely no explanation, all with the goal of attempting to break him.
And those on the internet would be even more outraged in the wake of Aaron's death, feeling as the man had died over some ridiculous bullshit charges. In retaliation, on January 13th of 2013, Anonymous called for the internet community to use his death as a rallying point. What followed was the hacking of 2 MIT-controlled websites with tributes of Aaron Swartz being displayed.
Listen, Anonymous, okay, look. My statements I made about knowledge, that's just my perspective. Now, what the world chooses to do with that, that's their choice. I am only one man, all right? In the famous words of a philosopher, he once said, no one man should have all that power, okay? And I am not saying my opinion is all that power. Anonymous, I don't want no smoke, big fella.
On each. It's a bizarre case involving a strange crime and admittedly ludicrous punishment.
Yo, son, hold on. Hold on. Hold up. All right. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Yo, let me stop before they copyright. You know what I'm saying? Listen, OnlyFans coming soon, okay? Y'all just don't look. It says, I just want to say thank you for being the warm, genuine being that you are. Hold up, where was I? You are the squad. Hold up. You and the squad has brought a lot of joy to my life. For real, love y'all. Listen. Kayla. Y'all like, Holla, what do you mean? That's Crowd Neptune. Okay, first of all, Kayla. Hey, man. W Dono, man. Appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad everybody can come here and have a good time. That's what we're here for. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have to get you to tell this story time of Tauruses. Listen, we gonna get this thing right, all right? We make progress every year, squad. You know what I'm saying? We get bigger and bigger and bigger. Like, you know, when your heart starts beating, your blood starts flowing. My guys, y'all know what I'm talking about. But we just gonna get off of that subject right there. But I appreciate y'all too, man. This is only the beginning. Listen, we've been at YouTube for what, like 4 years? We ain't even get started yet, okay? All right? You need to move to Atlanta. We got some things we need to talk about, you know what I'm saying?
And tragic ending. That was the story of Reddit co-founder Aaron Swartz.
You said shake that light skit? Yo, I'm not, bro. Bro, I'm gonna have to be lit to twerk on camera, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna need some fight for the 99s and 2000s. Come on, man.
After a young woman is found dead in her apartment, her then ex-boyfriend, Agar Hassan, finds himself on the run from police. While in the process of fleeing the country, a bizarre Reddit post is submitted to the site. The author of said post claiming to be Agar himself, and the poster allegedly confessing to being the killer. This is the bizarre story of Agar Hassan and the Reddit killer confession. On April 28th of 2017, Melinda Vasilier, a 22-year-old woman from Ontario, Canada, was discovered dead by her roommates in her Kitchener apartment. The woman's body was littered with stab wounds and she was covered in blood. The last person believed to be with Melinda was her then ex-boyfriend, Agar Hassan, who, according to reports, had visited Melinda at her apartment hours before the woman's death. Melinda's roommates came home in the early hours of the morning and discovered her body. After reporting what they had seen, police would arrive to the apartment, and after a brief investigation...
Yo, Chill said, I'm trying to see some jello jiggling. If you know, you know. You're wild, big fella.
Investigation of the crime scene, they would name Agar Hassan as a suspect in the murder of the young woman. Meanwhile, using a black Honda, Agar was in the process of fleeing the country and would actually manage to make it to the United States. This suspect, now considered a wanted man that police were saying was armed and dangerous. The story had become quite the public spectacle, with both the media and true crime enthusiasts on social media trying to dig into the case and find the whereabouts of Hassan. But while everybody's in the process of tracking this alleged killer down, something appears on Reddit that shocks the world. A post is submitted to the Canada News subreddit under the name Red is Blue 101. This post was titled, "Wanted for Kitchener Murder, My Side." To the surprise of everyone, the poster claimed to be none other than Agar himself. In this thread, the Red is Blue account would provide a narrative of events and even provided authentic-looking text message screenshots.
I'm driving home. When you're up, let me know if tonight is for sure or not. Just woke up, not feeling better. I know what will make you feel better. I'll be there by 11:03, 11:06. Bro, that's 2 hours. That's an hour and a half away. You ain't got to be that specific. You could have said 11 o'clock, 11:15. You can't help. We shall see. Anyways, I'm going to get ready. I want to run it by Anna first so she doesn't freak out. She's not home yet, though. Okay, tell her it's a guy who looks like me. I kind of lost weight, LOL. When will you be here? I'm going to leave my house in like 15. Whoa! He's... Okay, never mind. I was about to say. Maybe he's like 15, 20. Hold up. So how at 9:37 you said I'm gonna be there at 11:03, okay? And how is this time so specific that you say at 10:20 I'm gonna leave my house in like 15 minutes? Why be this specific, 11:03, if you're gonna leave your house in 15 minutes at 10:20? Chat, this is why you gotta pay attention when people talk, bro. People be on that foo-foo. All you gotta do is listen to them talk enough and you'll realize it's all cap. All right, these got to be fake messages, you know what I'm saying? Okay, hurry up. Will Anna be there? Yes, she's in Byron. She's with Byron in her room. I'm driving now, babe.
Shots in which the poster purported were between himself and Melinda. The entire post serving as a confession allegedly written by Agar himself. It's quite a long write-up, but I'll give you some of the highlights. I understand the early judgments made by society. Distancing myself makes it seem like I'm trying to escape a crime. I'm not. I'm only trying to give myself some space and fully take in what happened before I turn myself in. The fact is, no one is more destroyed than I am. She was more than a girlfriend, a soon-to-be fiance. She was my everything. What happened that night was nothing but tragic. As I'm getting ready to leave, she asked me if I had done anything with other girls while we were on break or anytime we were on break.
Listen. The first, I'm going to teach y'all a rule. This is why I don't do breaks. We breaking up or we staying together. There is no... Well, listen, there is one important thing if you grew up in a black household that they used to tell you, okay? You used to come inside, drink some water, go outside, play. Come inside, drink some water, go outside, play. And what was the next statement when you came inside? Either stay outside or stay inside, okay? That's what they tell you. Now, if you take that and you apply that to your relationships, there is no breaks, okay? It's either we stay together or we break up. Okay, that's it. There's nothing else to talk about. And so if she asks about a break, it was a break, my baby. You know what I'm saying?
I told her we needed to be honest and said yes and told her about it. She started freaking out, wouldn't say a word, and just kept slapping me with tears.
Because here's the thing, bro. I'm about to give y'all relationship advice. If the answer isn't going to change your decision, we don't need to talk about it, right? If this is something, you know what I'm saying, if you trust me going forward, if me saying, yeah, I slept with 5 people and no, I didn't sleep with nobody, if your decision's going to be the same at the end of that, we don't need to have this conversation. Because one, the only reason you're asking it is because you assume something happened. So even if I tell you it was 0 people, you're going to assume it was people because that's why you asked. Correct? So listen, this is not a conversation that we need to have. You know what I'm saying?
In her eyes. Slap turns into hits. I told her I was sorry, but if she didn't stop, I would do something back. She didn't stop. I then stupidly pushed her, harder than I expected. She fell against the sink. This was the first time I ever did something physically violent towards her. I told her I was sorry. She said, leave now.
I would have left.
I began saying sorry even more and asked if I could get a hug. She was still crying.
Oh my, can I have a hug? Boy, shut your mouth.
Go up to try and give her a hug. Almost out of nowhere, she grabs a knife by the sink.
Oh yeah, minks are administered. You have gone too far. All right? You in here trying to turn the katana? Now, listen, she was slapping him though, so, you know what I'm saying? My man tried to, stiff-armed her a little too much. And, you know what I'm saying? But she grabbed the knife. Now I must defend myself, no cap.
Initially, I thought she was just going to hold it to try to get me to leave. She doesn't. She comes at me in full force.
Boy, bicycle kicking like Liu Kang, I swear.
Aiming towards my face. I tell her to stop. She doesn't. I tried grabbing the knife, but ended up cutting my hands. After a few cuts, I lost it. I freaked out. I was scared and in a state of shock. Never in 100 years would I think she would use a knife against me. Out of shock and fear, I grabbed one and hit her with it, almost blindly, a few times. I didn't know what happened. I was confused, shocked, and scared. I had no intentions of that happening.
I don't believe none of this.
When I left, I honestly thought she just passed out.
Was good.
Then I looked at the blood and started freaking out and just ran. I didn't for sure know that she had died until the next day. I honestly had no intentions of ever doing that to her.
Bro,
I was protecting myself. She was with me the most. We were each other's best friends. She would tell me everything, her deepest secrets that not even her friends or family knows. The amount of regret and sadness is beyond words. Everyone else is just reading or talking about it. I lived it. I was there. I did it. Every waking second, I relived that moment. At this stage, life is really not worth it for me. Although it was out of shock and protection, I should just accept getting hit. Maybe I would have lived, maybe not. Anything is better than living with this. I always have a passport in the car and decided to just get away for a few days before turning myself in or killing myself. If any of it was planned, I would have taken my stuff. I would have took cash. I'm in the United States with $200, no clean clothes, nothing. I didn't intend on any of it. It was out of fear and protecting myself alongside shock. I'm sorry to everyone, especially Melinda's family. I know it will not be accepted, but I know I didn't mean anything bad to happen.
I mean, the pity party kind of crazy, bro. But I'm like, what's the purpose? I don't know.
Rest in peace, my beautiful. I hope you.
My beautiful. Okay, first of all, you went too far. Okay, because now he trying to go into. I mean, she was my bae though, and all of this over a conversation that you shouldn't have had in the first place. You know what I'm saying?
Forgive me in the afterlife. Pictures of our last text convo. Pictures of us as a couple. Some people think I was a complete stranger and just killed her. So yeah, the poster is essentially saying that this—
Oh, you photoshopped it? Oh, we're gonna talk about that.
This was some sort of self-defense situation, and that they were on the run in the United States. It was a complete accident, and they can't live with the pressure of what they had done, and they were basically like on the verge of killing themselves or something, right? I have to state outright that it's totally unconfirmed if this post was actually authored by Agar Hassan. That being said, though, certain details purported in this post and the alleged text conversations attached to it certainly make for a compelling case of it actually being authored by Agar. But again, it is not confirmed that Agar posted this. There is a chance that it could literally just be a troll. Whatever the case, in July of 2017, after spending months on the run in the United States, Agar Hassan was arrested in the state of Texas. Interestingly, the police stop that nailed Hassan was actually linked to a Secret Service agent who is a part of a counterfeit currency investigation. On November 8th, Agar Hassan was ordered to be extradited back to Canada. As of the date of me recording this video, Agar Hassan has yet to face trial for the—
Why did he tell them he left Canada and told them I'm in the United States? I would have said, boy, I am in Greenland right now. Come up here and find me, okay? You got to do a little misdirection. I'm on my way swimming to the UK. Canada, come get me. You know what I'm saying?
Alleged killing of Melinda, the trial being postponed on numerous occasions. However, according to reports, the trial is scheduled to begin officially in January of 2023.
Hassan's trial was first scheduled for late 2019. It was adjourned to May last year. It's been further delayed due to the pandemic.
When the trial begins, not only will we have more insight as to what actually happened on that day, we may very well learn if this Reddit post was actually actually authored by Ager himself, as something like that will definitely be investigated throughout the trial. But that, my friends, is the story of the Reddit alleged murder confession. And well, you've made it to the end.
Facts.
Let me know.
Listen. All I'm saying is, if Edgar did that, Mr. Ballin will be making a video with a step-by-step playthrough. Listen, Edgar stepped over. He grabbed the knife. He elbowed her. He took 3 breaths. Y'all know how, I don't know how Mr. Ballin be finding these things out, but he does. Okay, so that video is coming soon, boy. Listen, this might be the best reaction we've ever recorded. You know what I'm saying? Come on, so many moments. Got to make these into like TikToks and stuff, you know what I'm saying?